Shen versus Yasuo. You have Ignite, he has TP. Oh, you're... okay. So first small mistake here. You have the... Where did... Are you invisible? What? Oh, replay, please. Okay. If you were invisible champ, then maybe this could work. Anyway, so you have the right idea of wanting to cheese the opponent, but the way to do it is not like you do it here. The way to do it is to sit and cover on your side initially at the start of the game, and then we sneak in here at like 120, and hopefully if he also like gives a leash and red buff and then walks to lane, he walks into us and then we kill him or take him low. But if you ever go for a cheese at this point, you're never gonna kill him right straight up if he runs away. And even if you poke some damage, it's not gonna do anything, because now he has the time to just recall and then he comes back to full HP and there was no reason to go for it in the first place. So never go for it this early, ever. Doesn't do anything. A small thing that I learned recently was that they have a arrow that points towards the blade. So if they look at their own champ, they can actually see where you've hidden the blade. So I usually just place it in lane or whatever. But this is a small thing. Okay, so here, you're trying to like drag the minions together, but remember this has no point if the enemy isn't leashing. If the enemy is leashing, then the reason you drag the minions together is to make them focus one of your minions together so that the enemy loses XP before they get to lane. But there's no point in doing this, as Shen at least, when you see the enemy, because you want to have the push in your favor. You want to push towards him so you get the XP advantage and can go for the level 2 in, etc. So grouping this up has no purpose whatsoever. And also the next thing, so the first thing you want to focus on trading wise, once you have the good blade, is to get him between you and the blade, right? And the way to do that is to place yourself around here, because if you sit in this spot right here, then there's gonna be a line that you can't cross without taking a bunch of damage here. But right now that line between you and your blade is here where I'm holding my cursor, right? So that means that the enemy has a free spot to like hit the minions and farm and push for level 2 first here. So you're standing in the wrong spot right now. You're hovering the complete wrong side. You're like mirroring, so you stand on the opposite side, but you want to just follow him and threaten the drag through. And then he can't hit the minions freely like this. He wouldn't be able to get this minion for free. He wouldn't be able to get this minion for free. Like he's pushing you in right now. He's getting the exact thing that he wants to. You want level 2 first, he wants level 2 first, and you're giving him that by not threatening the good trades with the drag through, etc. You haven't like looked for a drag through even once this game. And even now, like you're playing it completely reactively. What do I mean by that? I mean that you aren't thinking about trying to place yourself in a spot where it would be easy to hit a drag through. You aren't doing that. Instead, you're just sitting around, hitting minions once in a while, and when you feel Yasuo is maybe walking into your blade path, then you look to use a drag through. What's wrong with that? Well, the enemy actually has the option of just sidestepping it, because you're the reactive one. You aren't like pushing to get a guaranteed drag through, but you're just waiting, and then he can step in and step out and you're gonna miss it like this. And secondly, even if you hit this one, it wouldn't have mattered. It would have been bad, because you had a good blade placement here behind the enemy, and now you're gonna make it into a bad one, and you're not even in range to start hitting him right now. That's why you always wanna look for opportunities to get a drag through, but also make sure you place yourself in melee range before you actually go for the Q. So even if you had hit this one and not missed like here, the enemy could just run away, and now you don't get any value out of your good blade here that you used. Okay. No, why this Q? Okay, so he makes a mistake here by walking here. What you're doing here, taking his passive with a drag with a normal auto attack, that's fine. But then you're supposed to walk like behind him. He doesn't have an escape path right here. Once he tries to hide behind you, like this, like when he walks like this, what is he gonna do if you just walk at him? If he stops to auto attack you, that means he stops in place, right? And you can get behind him and get the drag through, take the 3 empowered auto attacks, boom, 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 nice trade, alright? But if you just Q here, that means now you put your Q on CD for 8 seconds, meaning you will never be able to get that drag through that we're trying to play around in this trade here. So even if he misses a Q, he misplays and everything, it's still a like even-ish trade. You maybe won it a little bit, but if he just walked up and got the drag through, easy peasy. He's like half HP right now. It would be amazing. And also, if you for every trade that you win level 1, if you win a trade hard and make the enemy more like much lower than you, then even if the enemy has like gotten the push initially, you can just take the push back by starting auto attacking the minions, and then you threaten to kill them if you go close. So it's not like a good trade doesn't only result in like a lead in XP or HP, I mean, but it also results in you getting control over the wave, so you can get that level 2 first. So yeah, how you've played this, how you've not forced good trades, how you've not played around your drag through, how you've just let him hit the wave how he wants to, it's resulted in a position where you're basically guaranteed to hit level 2 last now. So you can't use that amazing level 2 all-in that you're always looking to go for. And here again, we have the same exact mistake, right? That we saw earlier. Here you have a good placed blade because it's behind the enemy minions, right? But here you just press drag through when you're far from being in range, meaning that your good blade turns into a bad blade. Sure, you got the drag through, but what are you gonna do with it? Your passive is wasted and your MQs are wasted because he's not gonna go into range to trade with you right now. He's just gonna wait it out. Well, actually, he made a mistake of actually taking one of them, but still, you can't rely on that, and one of them isn't enough. You wanna get 2 or 3. So, and here he hits level 2 first, since what we talked about. And there you queue for no reason whatsoever, like the standard like no one is close to you, nothing is going on, and you just press Q, making your blade into a slightly worse one, but most importantly putting your Q and passive on CD for no gain at all, right? Always have a goal when you actually press Q. And don't walk up to the enemy like this. You're not gonna be able to freeze this. You're a level down. And your half HP. Every HP that you lose right now is super important, because you've already fucked up to the point where you're losing the lane. But let's say you get like 40% here, and he recalls, right? And he uses his TP to TP back. Now he has an item advantage. He has full HP versus your 40% HP, and you just can't lane anymore. You will have to spam ping help from Nocturne that he can maybe help you out. But if Lee Sin comes in counter ganks, it's completely doomed. So yeah, you have to be really when you started losing like this from some early game mistakes, you have to be really conservative with your own HP. What elo is this? It's Platinum 4 in NA. Okay, he's not in lane. What should that tell us? Walk up and place the blade. Walk up, you have Q. Your blade is bad, he's not showing in lane. Just walk up here and place it. Place it. Man, this should be one of your... Oh no, like, this should always be the case. Both when the enemy is not in lane or when the enemy is playing safe. Both of those cases, when your blade is bad, you should always go place it. It shouldn't even take you a second to realize. I have my Q, my blade is bad, fix it. Fix it. Just do it. It's not hard. It doesn't take much brain like mental processing power. Just get that habit in there. Oh lord. Okay. So and here once again, like, you press Q and it didn't really do anything. The blade is bad still, and you put it on CD for no reason, just to farm, I guess. Okay, So when deciding when to taunt in, the time when Yasuo has his third Q stacked up, that's not the time, you know. Sure, he fucked up hard, but that's not the point here. Oh my god. Like, once again, what is the point of these Qs? You got the drag through, sure, but you ruined your own blade and you're not gonna be able to get any of the auto attacks on him. You place your blade in a good spot, but then you're supposed to sit behind your minions that are close to dying, and when Yasuo walks up for the last hit, then you walk up, place yourself close, then you press drag through and start auto attacking him, and it's gonna work out pretty much every time. But if you just press drag through every time you see it's gonna be a drag through, then the enemies can just chill now, and now you have ruined it for yourself, and now you can't do anything for the future because your blade is bad now. Okay, so he dashed into your drag through. This was your first drag through where you were actually in melee range. It was because he fucked up though. And why are you so passive right now? Okay, so he dashes into your drag through here. We take those, right? Just, yeah, attack him, and then now just run after him. Run after him here. You have a empowered Q left, right? And he's not even gonna be able to like get to his tower almost until you have your Q up again, especially if he like stays around for a little bit. So here he should already be dead. Actually, he's already dead at this point. Like, especially when he dashes in here again, because you have Ignite, you have one left every Q, you have E, and you're gonna have another Q. That's enough to burst him so hard, right? No, don't use it on the minion! He was dead! He was dead! Just walk after him, taunt him, get another drag through when it's up. You don't even have to taunt instantly, you just walk beside him until your Q is close to being up again. Then you taunt him, attack with the leftover Q that you had, and you burned on a minion now, then get the drag through, and boom, 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 and Ignite. He's dead. He's 100% dead. And even if he flashes away, you can flash after him and finish him off. Okay, so whenever a situation like this arises, where you get off 1 or 2 empowered Qs on the enemy, and you still have it left, always look for aggressive plays with it. Like, whether it's just to walk up and hit him with it, like you tried initially to do, right? Or if you were even in range to hit him there, or if you have to taunt when your Q is soon to up again, like it's really, really, really efficient. Really efficient. Don't be happy with just wasting your empowered Qs. So, man, these are really tilting me at this point. We have another one. We've counted to 4 this game, right? Where he's Q'd when he's not in range, just Qs like this. Like, what does it do? What does it do for you? Like, you ruined your blade. Why? Oh man. This Q again. You just trade blow for blow. Even trades are bad for you. Remember, he has TP, you have Ignite. It makes it even more so that he can just, once both of you are 30%, he just backs, TP's back, and you're fucked. You're so fucked. So you need to find good trades, and to find good trades, you need to use your good blades by walking up and placing yourself in range, and then you drag through, press W, and then you have both your passive and W to initially deny any of his trade back, right? And then after a short trade you just back out, and you lost 0 HP and he lost like 200 or more. Okay, he should not be allowed to do this. Once you see that E, just taunt him. Like, he should not be allowed to do that. There's no way. He even had a delay between his E back. Like, E! You had, he's playing with fire here. There's no way he's allowed. Oh man. Yeah, like basically here, you're getting in a worse and worse position because he gets more and more gold where he still has a free read call to take when you don't, since you're running ignite. So you will have to like trade aggressively here and try to kill him. That's the only way to kind of salvage this situation here. Like remember, these kinds of queues where you just go in for a normal queue, it's nothing. It's nothing. Like your brain should always be in the mode of how do I get my next drag through? Do I have a good blade? Then I walk up to minions and wait for him to last hit and put myself close and get the drag through and trade. Do I have a bad blade? Can I walk up and place it slightly better and then chill for a second? Or do I wait for him to go up so I sneak behind him and get a drag through? Anytime you walk up for just a normal queue into auto like this one, it's bad except if you get a good blade placement at the same time you do it. So let's say you did the same thing but you did it here instead, for example. So you walked up and did one auto attack and then walked back after queuing, even if it wasn't the drag through, then it's fine, right? Because then you get value. You get a good blade placement so you can get a drag through later. But anytime you walk up for a single queue into auto attack and you didn't place your blade into a better spot, it's bad, okay? Alright, I think we've kept going like 10 minutes, so this is gonna be enough. So, most important thing for you, after you've placed your blade, make sure you're in range and make sure you actively look to cover the places that he's gonna go and last hit. So level 1 was the most clear example of this. You had a good blade and then you know that he has to stand in this area to last hit, right? Then you automatically want to place yourself here, right? And get the drag through when you're in range. And that's the way you create good trades, and good trades leads to control over the wave. So you can get the slow push that you want to aim for every single game, and get that level 2 all in you want to aim for every single game, and that level 3 spike, and you just take control over the lane and you just win from there. So yeah, stand in the right spots, make sure you're in range already when you press Q, and play aggressively with your drag throughs.